the cleaning part. How does it work? Let's talk about. So home tab, as I give you a review, like home tab is all about having home ribbon, which is having all the common features available in the home tab. That means most of the important shortcuts you put it in the desktop. In your laptop, you put it in the desktop. Same like here. Majorly, you have two things to compare: transform and add column. There is a reason behind this to one. I'll teach you. All the common feature or the important feature of both of them will come up in the home tab. That's it. That's it. Okay. Are you guys getting it? Home tab has all the common features available from the transform tab or an add column. Now let's understand the basic difference between transform and add column. Transform exactly means the data that you are working on, you wanted to replace the existing data. That means whatever the data you come up with, you wanted to manipulate the existing data without creating any extra space. Without creating any extra space. Listen it carefully. Transform means you want to manipulate the existing data, existing column without adding any new column. And as the name suggests, add column means you wanted to create a new column based on some condition like if else, based on some analysis, based on some different scenarios. We learn both of them, how to add a new columns at some stage, just because we cannot predict ourselves that the data set that we are working on is fully compiled with everything that we can use it for the dashboard. No, it won't be the case. You need to add some column strategies, column according to the need that you wanted to bring into the dashboard. So add column has its different advantages. Transform means changing the existing data type. Getting a point? Changing the existing column. Are you guys clear? We have a lot of assignments. Don't worry, we'll learn it a lot. So home tab is generally what I say. Home tab is having all the common features available in the home tab. Transform tab have all the features that manipulate your existing data. And add column has all the feature that help you to create a new column in your transformation stage. Are you guys clear with the concepts between transform, add column and home tab? Quick. Yes, no? You can write 0 as well. But at least let me know beforehand so that you clear with the concept.
Can you repeat once again, please?
Yeah. सर कंट्रोल प्लस जेड वर्क्स इन बीआई चलता होगा यार, अप्लाइड स्टेप्स में चल जाता है. ठीक है, लेट्स रिपीट. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, देयर आर द डेटा दैट यू आर ब्रिंगिंग इज अ रॉ डेटा. With that raw data, you need to transform. What do you mean by transform? Transform exactly means you wanted to manipulate the existing data. Let's suppose here in the email address, I wanted to fetch a 24 zone 24 and I wanted to remove the adventureworks.com as the domain name. This is a domain name, this is a username. If you observe this email address, it has two informations. Before at the rate, it is your username, and after at the rate, it is more likely your domain name. So if I need to delete or remove the domain name, I can do on the existing table or existing column. We call it as a transformation. Transformation means playing around or manipulating the existing data. Add column on the other side, you wanted to create a new column where the new column is being a new column being added as easy, like new column being added with some formulas, function and something like that. Easy one. And home tab is just considered as all the important queries are available or all the important features are available in the home tab. It's more like a common shortcuts are available in the home tab. Is it clear? See it here. The home tab includes the general setting and common table transformation tools. The transform tab includes tools to modify the existing columns, like splitting the column, grouping the column, transposing the column, extracting text from the existing column. And on the add column, you're creating a new column based on some conditional rules like if else, something if else blocks, text operations, calculations, and dates, etc. Okay. So this is more like adding a new columns based on column from example, custom columns, invoke custom columns, conditional columns, adding a new index here, duplicate the columns. When you're duplicating a column, you are adding a new column. Then formatting being done, extracting the values from it, doing some calculations on a numeric data, playing around with date related data type, and so on. Okay. So almost 80-90 features I'll teach you that are pretty important for the industry. Shall we move? Are you guys clear that in the query editing tool, we have 3 tabs or 3 ribbons where each ribbon has its own advantage. Home tab, the shortcut of all the things, having general settings. Transform tab included for a transformation needs to be done for modifying the existing column and creating new column by add column. Let's do the practical. You learn a lot. Don't worry. Don't worry. So this is more like a basic table transformation stage. And then we'll do some assignments so that you have an understanding. Mhm. Okay, extracting data from web, I'll teach you in further lectures because it takes a lot of time. How you can extract the data from web source. Now this is very amazing concept. So make sure you are putting a lot of attention here and you need to do the task. After this, you need to do the task parallel to me. So make sure you have been highly attentive. So see in the home tab, we have something called as column and remove column. That means at some stage, you wanted to find some columns to be stay there and you wanted to remove some columns or you wanted to remove some selected columns and all these things. Same, you can apply the filters on rows. This is more like you wanted to keep some rows, you wanted to delete some rows, you wanted to delete some duplicate values, you need to remove the duplicate bottom rows, alternative rows, remove duplicates, remove the blank rows, remove errors. So all the features are available here. Then there is something called a sorting. Sorting means alphabetical sorting or low to high sortings in terms of numeric values. Then this is more likely a column which is used for splitting text to column. What do you mean by that? Even if you come up with an Excel, you can easily relate with this. Excel has a lot of these features coming up. But what exactly this splitting text to column is all about? Splitting text to column is something where your single column is storing multiple information that needs to be split into multiple columns. What do you mean by that? Let me just guide you here. Observe it. This is my column name. I'm randomly giving column 1. In this column 1, I am giving Delhi, India, Berlin, Germany, okay, Mumbai, India, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm forgetting it. Toronto, Canada, and so on. Just take multiple example. So now, just try to imagine what information is being stored here. Do you find that the information stored here is actually nothing but it's actually nothing but a two-way information being stored? Can you see a two-way information is being stored here? Confirm me. In this column we exactly have two informations. One is city, another is country. In BI there is not showing column distributions and empty column. Where, Abhishek? It should be shown on the back end, which is Power Query Editor. It won't be shown in the front end. If you are searching in the front end, it won't be there. So these two informations are stored in a single column that is not relevant. How can I predict? How can I do analysis? Okay. So can I split this two into two new column? It would be easy for me to do some work around it. And how we are splitting it? If you observe, we have the values to split it with the help of a delimiter. We call this as a delimiter or delimiter, whatever you say, or a separator in common English language. This is a comma that helped me to separate the city and the country. Can we say yes, no? So with this comma, before the comma, we have city. After the comma, we have country. And we call this, I'll teach you how the splitting text to column will be taken care. So this is where we are getting Delhi, Berlin, okay, Mumbai, Toronto. Just check the spelling of Toronto, I know. I guess double R maybe. India, Germany, India, Canada. Okay. Is it clear? Sometimes you have information more like a timestamp where date and time are both there and you wanted to split based on space. So your delimiter can be space, hyphen, at the rate, something like that. If you see in your column where you have an email address, and with this email address, there is one assignment, we'll teach it, we'll take it. This email address can be split into two halves. What are the two tables you can create? Two new columns you can create. I can create one with a username. Yes, good. Good, Nilesh. One is username, another is domain name. It can be gmail.com, yahoo.com, hotmail.com, any your website, any name, any company's name at the rate. And what is the separator between them? Here your at the rate is a delimiter or a separator. that separates this two value, that separates this two value. So now you can just simply bring John 24, and here you have the domain name adventurework.com, something like that. Are you guys clear? So this is splitting text to column. After that, what we have, after splitting text to column, we can group by. Group by is more like a, SQL. So group by is more like a aggregation column where one of the column as a categorical data needs to be grouped, taken as each instance of a data, and parallel to all the columns needs to come up as an aggregation, like finding a sum, count, average, min, max, something like that. Is it clear? So group by is more likely a column where you want to group the each instance of a column by strategizing the results of taking each instance. Each instance means grouping each instance of a distinct value, and based on each instance you have grouped the values, and corresponding to the values being present in your table or a column or a records, they take the aggregation of it. The further columns needs to be aggregated. You know these things, I guess. Then we have something called as type to be underperformed, like promoting the headers here. Replacing the values means whatever the value you want to replace, you can replace it by clicking on it. Your old text and the new text needs to be come up to replace the values. And then comes up the very two very important feature, which is merging query and appending query. Merging query needs to be merged with the tables that have a relationship. It's more like a joins. If you have gone through with the join concept, what do? We'll teach this one. Don't worry. Let me just give you an idea. Two things. Merging queries and appending query. See this. Merging queries, merging. Okay. So what exactly merging query is all about? It's more often considered as joins in SQL. Getting a point? Is it clear? So let's talk about it. Okay. मेरे को थोड़ा जुकाम हो रहा है. कोई नहीं. Joins in SQL. So how merging query needs to be done? Your final results that gonna be covered is more likely table A, table B are being merged in horizontal direction. They are being merged in a horizontal direction. We'll do it. Okay, don't worry. Let's suppose this is a table where you wanted to merge with a different table and some values are present in this table. You can only merge it if you have some column present. You just need to bring that column into the columns that are present. And this can only be possible. This can only be possible. Read this line. So I'm writing in your notes. This can only be possible. How? If there should be having some relationship exist. Is it clear? So this can only be possible if there is a having some relationship exist using primary key and foreign key. Here also the primary key foreign key concept would be there. Then comes up the next feature, which is called as appending query. I'm giving a review, okay, overview, and then we'll quickly jump into the exercise. We have something called as appending query. Appending query is more likely joining different identical table in vertical direction. What do you mean by that? Appending query means you have, we'll do it, we have the exercise. Let's suppose we have table A, okay. There needs to be identical with table B, table C, that appended to create a final table as a appended table. So this is more like a addition of rows will be going on. At identical table, you need to understand this is a very important concept. Identical means here the columns of each individual value needs to be same. The matrix needs to be same to append it. Okay. And what exactly you need to do? Identical in nature means each column needs to be having some same number of columns, and same column would be there, like more like a same data type of each column needs to be considered as an appended column. What do you mean by that? Let's talk about it. So appended column is being taken care in such scenarios where you have a record of sales 2020. Okay. Then you have a sales 2021, and then you have a sales 2022. Now, when you're calculating any analysis for a company, you wanted to merge all these things or append all these tables, individual table to a single table, where we called it as sales record for 2020 till 2022, so that this sales record can be appended only one. And throughout your 3 years of span, what are the companies achieving the revenue, profit, total order quantity, what are the returns coming up, everything will be taken care for all the 3 years of the company being run, rather than taking an individual analysis. And taking an individual analysis will ruin your life. Reason being, you've been connecting with each individual table. There is no reasons. First you append it into the single table and then connect. Better it na. Better it's make it more convenient to use it, just because when you're analyzing something, you do not want to analyze for an individual year. You want to analyze throughout the year. At some stage, if you really want to apply for an individual year, there is something called a slicer. Apply the slicer. What do you mean by slicer? Slicer is more like a filter being applied, where you have getting an option looking like this. एक आपका ऐसे चेक बॉक्स बना आ जाएगा, ये डैशबोर्ड में हम करेंगे, और यहाँ पे आपके पास फिल्टर होगा, जहाँ पे आपके पास ऑप्शन होगा 2020 को क्लिक करोगे तो 2020 का फिल्टर लग जाएगा। ठीक है, ये तो इजी होगा यार, समझ जाओगे। 2020 का फिल्टर लग जाएगा, 2021 का, एंड हियर 2022 का। क्या चीज समझ आ रही है? तो मैं क्या कहना चाह रहा हूं, बहुत सिंपल से एक बार मैं समरी करता हूं। देखो, मर्जिंग क्वेरी होता है कि एक टेबल के अंदर आप दूसरे टेबल की कॉलम्स को ऐड करो। जब कॉलम्स को ऐड करो तो आप अपने टेबल को ऐसे एक्सपेंड कर रहे हो कॉलम वाइज। When you are adding out columns from different table to merge it, you are expanding the tables in a wider way. Wider way means adding a new column by some relationship needs to be exist. On the other hand, appending query is all about merging a table vertically. You have one identical table, another identical table, another identical table, merge them to store it on a single value or single table. That is wider for use for analysis, for bringing into connections everywhere. And then you can simply use a slicer for individual filter. जैसे ही फिल्टर लगाओगे तो आपका सारा रिजल्ट्स वैसे ही फिल्टर आउट हो जाएगा। विल डू इट, डैशबोर्ड में बहुत मस्त चीज है ये, करेंगे। बट क्या चीज समझ आई ये वाली, जो मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ, समझ आ रहा है? आ रहा है तो 1 लिख दो, नहीं आ रहा तो 0 लिख दो। मतलब शर्माओ मत इस चीज में, बता दो मेरे को। और आई एम एक्सपेक्टेड इन दिस बैच एवरीबडी नोज हिंदी एज वेल। सो अगर मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ और नहीं समझ आती तो मेरे को वहां बोल दो, सर प्लीज स्पीक इन इंग्लिश ओनली। ओके, जस्ट गिव मी अ काउंट, लाइक डू यू ऑल गाइस हैव अ फेमिलियरिटी विद हिंदी एज वेल ना? थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी चल सकती है बीच में।
Not continuously, but it's okay.
ओके, कावे लाइक कावा। ओके,
Yes.
you only understand English.
Yes.
No issues. I'll be completely in English. I don't have
O-
the idea. Okay,
Okay.
I'll be in English. Let's do the exercise now. I guess pretty clear with the concept so far. All the features, common features I have teached. Now let's jump into the exercise. So we have this assignment where we need to start with the question one, which says create query to connect the two new CSV file. What are the two new CSV file? Name your query with product category lookup and product subcategory lookup. So you know these two tables, product category lookup and product subcategory lookup. You need to bring them up using CSV file, and then you need to change the name to product category lookup and product subcategory lookup. Let's see. So we are in the transformation tab. Observe it. I'll give you the time to do it. Even in the transformation tab, this is a Power Query editor. We can bring the new source where we have text CSV to come up, and we need to bring two tables. What are the two tables? Product category lookup and subcategory lookup. If you observe, it says what? Product category lookup and subcategory lookup. So let's bring both of them. So let's bring first product category lookup. Click OK. Go to the new source. Bring product subcategory lookup. And now if you observe now, this is more like a hierarchical data. What do you mean by hierarchical data? Category are there which we are dealing with this type of categories. Then in individual category, we have some subcategory and then product name, something like that. So try to import it. I'll give you 1 minute. Try to import these tables. Product category lookup table and product subcategory lookup table. Once it is done, write done in the chat so that we can move ahead. I'll give the
So I have
time.
a question.
Yeah,
Hello.
Rahul.
So likewise, we can import multiple files in a one go. Like by pressing the control, we can select a multiple file and we can open or select it. The same way
Yeah.
we can do here in VI.
See, I don't think so. Like, if we can do it here or not. Just because I personally feel I whenever I coming or whenever you are being coming with any data set, you do not
Hmm.
want to bring everything at the same go. First, you bring any one file, you clean it up. Second file, so there is no reasons like can be come up, can be not be. So rather than that, if you really want to do, instead of that, connect with your folder. There is an option called as folder connect, and in this folder, just connect with the folder that is created, like bike shop, whatever the name is. You will find all the columns, all the tables connected directly. So there is no need to import it again and again. For a team being, I'm just teaching it individual tables to come up. If you wanted to bring together, maybe use Control A, something like that. I have never seen these shortcuts in my time. Reason being, I wanted to include any one table at one point and clean it, then bring it another, so it won't be rationally taking much time on it.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
whichever the way you're comfortable.
Okay. Thank you.
Nilesh, I guess Nilesh has marked one. Maybe he is done. Make sure, guys, you are letting me know if you're done. Adding two tables, product lookup table, product category lookup table, add product subcategory lookup table. There is a catch here. What do you mean by lookup table? I'll teach you in future. But if you're done, let me know so that we can start cleaning it. Okay, I'm expecting that basic cleaning you know of now. First, you need to rename it to product category lookup. Click enter. This is a new name, product category lookup. Remove the adventure works. It's a big name, so there is no requirement of using adventure works. And here you are wanted to have it product lookup or product subcategory lookup. What next? When product category lookup, we have to promote the headers just because this product category and product name, category name are nothing but your column having header. So use first row as header to promote the header and change the data type to ABC to 123. I'm expecting that you have shared the half screen. If it is not, take your time. I have just changed, promoted the headers and changed the name. It's very easy, and change the data type of each column. And you know now, like which tables or which column needs to be having which data type. So I'm expecting you are pretty clear with this. Same here, promoting the headers and changing the data type to whole number. This should be ABC, this should be whole number. Mark it done once you are done with importing the data, changing the column table name with removing adventure works so that it looks more prominent to read, and changing the data type or promoting that or something like that. Okay, Nivedita. From where will I promote the headers? This is the option, use first row as header. It will promote the headers. I'm doing it again, guys. Make sure you're listening it carefully. So this is the source file you have imported. You have changed the column name, table name from here by removing the adventure works. Now you are left with two things. Your first row is considered as nothing but your headers. So you will need to choose this option, use first row as header to promote the headers. And then you have this ABC needs to change the data type, which is this is the whole number and this is ABC only. In my BI automatically doing this two steps, like it's promoting the headers and changing data type. Yes, Rahul, like many of the system would predefine it and do it by your. But my suggestion is remove that one, close that applied steps and do it by your ones. The system will handle the first two stage, promoting headers and changing the data type in some Power BI versions and in some not. But nevertheless, it's being a training going on. So do it by manually. Reason being, you learn a lot of things. If it is, guys, if it is being like previously being there or the system is doing for you, do it for you itself. We do not rely on the system to do it. In some stage you struggle a lot, so maybe manually intervention is a requirement thing here. How to stop it and do it, like just close it from the applied step, no? This is more like a feature based thing. Like some versions have this features. At some time also my system will do it, but manually I'm removing it. So now nowadays it won't do it. Maybe it's more intelligent than us. So this is more like a category lookup table where we have change. Then another is having where we wanted to promote the header as here as well and change the data type to 123 as it's a numeric value, ABC as it's a categorical value, and again whole number as a numeric value. Once you're done, then we'll see some observation. Mark it done once you're done. Then we'll see or do some observation.
Hello.
Yeah, Praj.
Sir, I'm getting error, uh, expression error. The column product category key or the table wasn't found.
You can share your screen.
Yeah.
Expression error, the column product category table was not found. I guess you have changed a lot of applied steps. Remove all the applied steps and go to the source.
Do I need to delete this step?
Delete. Delete everything. Every applied steps except from the source. Okay, what you have done, I'll let you know. Like you have promoted all the individual categories into multiple promotions. That is more likely you're upgrading your rows to the headers again and again.
Okay.
Remove it. Remove that last one as well. Now see, this is a source file. You only need to promote the headers only once is because first row is representing a header's name. Like if you promote the product category key, after that you are coming up with the numeric values. Category name is also needs to be promoted and then you are coming up with the categorical values. So
Okay.
use in the home tab, you will find that option use first row as header. Only click once.
Okay.
And now the change data type, the system automatically do for you. But I'll say, don't ask the system to do it for you. Remove the change data type and do it by yourself.
Okay.
Remove the change type from the applied step and now do it by yourself. So no. You're done. You're done with the promoting headers. Now just go to the column where you will find ABC in the column. You will
Yes,
find
sir.
the option ABC. Click on it.
Mm.
This is a category name. This needs to be ABC. So there is nothing to change. But the previous column to it, previous column, which is this is a numeric data. Previous column, which is product category key, is a previous column needs to be changed with whole number.
Okay.
That's how you change the data type of each column.
Okay.
Is it fine?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Pretty good with everyone. Everybody has done it. Any questions or any challenges come up right now, please ask me. In later stages, there are a lot of advanced query going on. So you may struggle a lot if you do not ask me right now. Pretty easy, comfortable with promoting headers and changing data type. Changing data type, observe it, you will find the ABC options or 1, 2, 3 where you have all the data type defined here. If you really want to change another way,
Showed some error. Can I
okay,
share my
Nivedita,
screen?
you can also share. Just quickly get it shared.
See here, it's showing some error.
Click on that. Okay, wait for a time. You have promoted headers 2 times. Okay, just remove the steps promoted headers just because you're going to the previous step and just checking it after that. Click any one of remove it. Remove the existing one just because its name getting changed. Promoting headers 1 and change the data type. Remove the data type as well. Quick. Delete all those steps. Delete quickly. Delete the last step as well. Change type. Just because I won't be able to find the change type. Now quickly do promote headers only one. Use first row as header. Only one. And now change the data type. Okay, it automatically detects the data type. Okay. So this it. Like you have promoted the header twice, and now what you have done, observe this. Let me just remove your screen. I'll just share my screen. See this. Click on this. That means now you are viewing to this option. Your change data type would not be there. Observe this. ABC, ABC. So when you click on this,